Hi, so today we're going to talk about Eratosthenes of Cyrene. So I'm Sophie.
And I'm Cyrene.
So briefly introduction of who is Eratosthenes. So he is a Greek scientific writer, astronomer, and a poet who made the first measurement of the Earth.
And about some historical background of this discovery. So people had actually started to estimate the circumferences of the Earth, but then there wasn't much detailed calculation left behind. So Eratosthenes, he was actually the first one to use the word geography, and then he was also the first one to determine the circumferences of the Earth.
So how he calculated the circumferences of the Earth is that he set the sun rays to be 0 above Cyrene of Egypt, and the distance of the city of Alexandria from Cyrene, Egypt, was 5,000 stadia. He calculated the angle of rays in the city of Alexandria, which was measured as 7.2 degrees. Okay. So Eratosthenes supposed that the sun rays are parallel to each other, and he measured the shadow under the obelisk, then measured the height of the object, and then he set two lines, which is AB and SO, which you could see in the graph. And these two lines are parallel to each other, which means that the line of A to O, the angle of it is the same. So he measured the angle of the city by using tangent, and he measured out it's 7 degrees. So then Eratosthenes calculated the circumferences of the Earth, which he calculated as 738 miles, which is mostly the value of the Earth. So nowadays, we calculated the circumferences of the Earth by using the formula for calculating the circumferences of a round shape object. Because the Earth is not round, it's more like an oval, so the circumferences will be different as you change to different place to measure it.
Yeah. And about the ecliptic line, Eratosthenes, he had actually had a prediction of what the ecliptic line is. So it's basically the path that the sun and moon and other planets take across the sky, as we can see from the Earth. And then he also defines the plane of the Earth's orbit around the sun. While the orbits of the moon and planets are almost in the same orbital as the Earth, they are actually a little bit off. So ecliptic line is actually basically the line you can see here around the red line around the Earth, around the orbital of the Earth. And based on the prediction of the ecliptic line, he had actually devised a calendar. So it contains 365 days. It's the period for the sun to make a complete circuit of the ecliptic, and it also has 12 months, which is like when the apparent path the sun wobbles slightly, it's like with a period of 1 month. And then it takes about 4 minutes for any spot on Earth to catch up with the sun. Hence, it's like around 23 or so hours a day. But then the sun moves less than 1 degree eastward every day. So when it catch up, it's at around 24 hours a day. So that's the time Eratosthenes contains in the calendar. And he had also developed a systematic procedure of finding the prime numbers. It's called the series of Eratosthenes. So prime number is basically the numbers that can only be divided by 1 or itself, like 1, 3, 7, or 11. So how he used this method is that firstly he arranged all of the numbers from the smallest to the biggest, and then he strike out the number 1, the first number, and then he strike out every second number following number 2, every third number following number 3, until he strike out every nth number following the number n. So all the number left behind will be the prime numbers. Thanks for watching.
So this is our citations that we use for our presentation.
Thank you.
Alexandria from
完蛋，我们这个没翻，我们这个没有翻译。